Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the fourth week of our Let's Play. We just are off the heels of our first pay-per-view. It was very successful, and now we are on the road to SummerSlam, baby. Oh yeah, it's going to be great. We're going to make the show, since SummerSlam is second only to WrestleMania, we are really going to aim to put on the best possible show. You know, my goal is to hit an 85 on that show, which is hard, but I've done it, and I've even surpassed it before. So 85 is the goal. Can we get it? Well, we'll find out, ladies and gentlemen, because right now it's time for Monday Night Raw. All right, ladies and gentlemen. First up, we have Seth Rollins. He is celebrating his win over Roman Reigns. Celebrating when suddenly Roman, bad boy, he runs in, spear, boom, knocks him right down. He's not happy, and it's not over. And of course, um, since Roman has the authority behind him now, this is far from over, folks. Very far from over. Alright, we have our first match of the night, which is Enzyme Cast versus the Usos. A bit of a babyface match, although I imagine that by this point the Usos are getting some heat. IRL, they have a lot of heat that's rubbed off from Roman, as you might imagine. But here they are. They're doing their match. Looks pretty good. Where suddenly Luke Harper, Braun Strowman run down to the ring. Well, after the Enzo Cass win, yeah, the Wyatt family, those two, they run down to the ring and they just destroy both teams, smash them, rip holes into them, and just show everyone that they are here and they are ready to create serious destruction. All right. So what is next? Well, they do their Bray comes out, or I guess the two go back stage or whatever, but they put themselves over. They do their thing. Bray does one of his spooky, smoky promo kind of things. The reason why it says three members is, unfortunately, Eric Rowan is out with an injury right now, but still very good. All right, next up is Dean Ambrose talking about the dirty, cheating, no good Miz and how he did not fight honorably and how Dean wants a rematch. However, he's got more pressing matters because he's been scheduled for a match against Baron Corbin. So there they go. They fight and they fight and they fight, and it's very good. Corbin, of course, is a lot bigger, but Dean is no slouch himself, and they fight. But then Miz, not too happy with Dean's words from earlier, runs in and wham. So, gives Baron Corbin the win, and the Miz. But then Dean, he flips out and he tries to take revenge on those guys, especially Miz. But they're like, yeah, no, we're gonna scoot out of here. Our work is done here. So we got Baron Corbin a little bit more over. That's always a good thing. Not a bad segment. All right. Next up, we have some women's action. We have Becky Lynch and Bayley teaming up to face Charlotte and Dana Brooke. Very good. Well, yeah, it's a pretty good match. The crowd could care a little bit more, I would say. So it went well, and then in the end, Becky defeats Dana Brooke for the pin, and everything is all good. Meanwhile, what's going on with Sasha. She's walking around backstage. And then, wham! Somebody attacks her. A hooded figure, you know, a figure that we don't see attacks her. Although, of course, it's implied it's another woman because, we're not going to have, like, guys hitting Sasha Banks with a wrench over the head or anything like that. But, yeah, she's being attacked, and we don't know by who, but that's really put her over for some reason, which I am happy about because Sasha is awesome. All right, Roman Reigns is warming up. Who else should pop in but Triple H? Yes, after his long non-appearance on WWE TV, he has reappeared and he is saying, Roman, it's like you're our boy, and we're gonna make sure you get that title back because this is personal with Seth Rollins. He went and he abandoned us. He turned on us, and we can't have that. We're so glad you finally saw the light. Back in November you didn't see the light, but now you do. So, excellent. All right, and next up for our main event, Seth Rollins gets put up against Bray Wyatt. Doesn't that sound like a good match? So, they fight and they fight and they fight. It's pretty good. But then Seth Rollins, of course, from being attacked by Roman earlier in the day, is a little bit injured. And Bray is about to destroy him when our good friend Randy Orton comes out and does the RKO on Bray Wyatt. And, yeah, that is a good thing. I should have said Bray wins the match first, but when he's about to destroy Seth, Randy comes out for the save. It's quite wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes this episode of Monday Night Raw, and we get a 78% for that. So, pretty good. Pretty solid. Alright, let's see if... Oh no, we got an incident. What's the incident? Several wrestlers have complained about the bad attitude of Natalya. Oh no. Now, keep in mind this would never happen in real life, but, we can't let things like this go, but we're going to suspend her for just 1 month, because that means she's going to be back, literally, by the next episode of Raw, because 1 month means when the new month rolls over, the suspension is over. So let's look at our notes. The only note we have is we got a 6.51 rating for Raw. Excellent. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that means it's time for our other brand. So, Smackdown begins now. Alright, first up on Smackdown, we see the club. AJ Styles, Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson hanging out, coming down to the ring, talking about how awesome they are. Keep in mind, all of these guys are wearing gold. AJ Styles, of course, has the big gold belt. Gallows and Anderson have the tag belts, looking very powerful. And they talk about how, they've come in to the WWE, they've taken over, they've shown who's boss, they're wearing their gold. And they reveal that they have a new ally, a new partner, somebody who is a fierce fighter and is going to add a lot of power and strength to their team. And who should be revealed but their partner? But the new Cruiserweight champion, Dolph Ziggler. That's right, newly heel Ziggler comes out. He's all decked out in new gear, all black. The fruity blonde and pink dye in his hair is gone, and it's like black or something, and he's just looking really badass. And so heel Ziggler, now a member of the club. And as you can see, it's now a 4-man group. And all 4 of those men have gold on them. That's pretty impressive. The club are going to be quite the force to reckon with. Now we've got a match between Finn Balor and Tommaso Ciampa, who is a heel. In case you don't know, they had a pretty good match that people need to care more about. But Ciampa is pretty unknown, so whatever. Fight happens. They fight and they fight and they fight and they fight. But at the end, Ziggler comes in and lays out Finn Balor. Yes. Those of you might remember that there's history between Finn Balor and the club from Japan. It's playing in here, which allows Ciampa to win, and he and Dolph shook hands, meaning that they planned this. And yes, poor Finn has been whacked, whatever word you might want to use there. All right. Next up, you got Shinsuke Nakamura versus Carl Anderson. So a lot of club members getting a lot of attention tonight. That's a pattern that you will see. So the two of them have a lot of fight, but before Nakamura can win, Luke Gallows comes down. I think Luke is the taller one, and he and his tag team partner double team and totally beat the crap out of Nakamura. As strong as Nakamura is, he falls to the 2-on-1 assault. Oh man. And by the way, we are going to see tonight in our main event a US title match on TV between Rusev and Cesaro. That's right, Cesaro is challenging for the US title, and Lana is there, and of course doing her thing, talking up her husband and client, fiance or husband. I'm not sure if they're married yet, but yes, talking it up. But first, right now, we've got another match to watch out for. Our new world champion AJ Styles is facing off against Austin Aries in a non-title match, but damn if it wasn't a good match. 90% match quality, holy crap. So, they fight and they fight and they fight, and they go, and they have a 4-style match. But at the very end, once Styles wins with a Styles Clash, John Cena runs out, enraged over everything that's gone on, and whacks AJ Styles with a chair. But then, the rest of the club shows up. Yep, all 4 of them are there, and bam, 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 wailing on John Cena, just beating him down. They do the thing where they put their hands up in the air, including Dolph. He's now part of them. For some reason, John lost overness. Sucks, but whatever. So that is that. And now it's time for our main event. Ladies and gentlemen, Rusev versus Cesaro for the United States Champion. But they fight, and they fight, and they fight, and it turns into a time limit draw. That's right, they fight for so long that it's announced that they've reached the time limit for that match. So, after a hard-fought match, a handshake is accepted. So Rusev is not looking quite as villainous as he once did. And that is the end of the main event match for tonight, but there's one more little segment. Shane McMahon announced that because the result to this battle was indeterminate, that we would see a rematch tomorrow night, next week, on the next Smackdown for the United States title. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is our show. We hit a 79% rating, which is good. I've got to say, was a good show. So let's see what the reaction is to that. Alright. I might as well actually show off some of the information that we're getting here. TNA got a rating. We got a good rating. I already wrote that down, Randy. Thank you. They didn't match. Oh well, it doesn't matter. They probably won't be seeing a lot of more direct action, I'm thinking. Okay, now let's make our way through the week, hopefully without any problems. So, by the way, we're going to be getting to a new month very soon. And we'll deal with the new month stuff. Okay. We have a few signings and a few small shows. Nothing really worth saying. But we hit next day, and ladies and gentlemen, we are now entering into a brand new month, the month of August, which means we've got a lot of mail. So let's take a look at that mail right now. In fact, I'm even going to no, I was going to make the window bigger, but it messes with my settings if I do that. So, let's read through this mail. First of all, we have some birthdays, as you can see. I won't read them all out, but at least you can see who's getting a birthday. So let's go to the beginning of the list. CZW. So we have, oh man, we have some good lucha stuff going on somewhere. Okay, things we don't care about all that much. Very small shows. Oh man, okay, so this is when we start learning the people who are in NXT. The way this game works is that people in NXT gain some points every month in various things. Hideo Itami, otherwise known as Kenta, he's improving. Ty Dillinger, the Perfect 10, is improving in many ways. I don't know Johnny Gargano, but he is improving quite a lot actually, so that's good. Mikey Nichols improving. I always like to see this. It just makes me happy when I see improvement. That's why they're there. Rich Swann, trust me, this guy's going to be good when he comes up. Adrian Reese, that's a lot of improvement for her. It's really nice. Nikki Storm, Peyton Royce, Asuka. Can't wait till she comes up. She's awesome. Jason Jordan. Oh my God, look at his points. Jordan Gable. Shane Haste, not sure she is. He is rather, but he's doesn't want to be second in NXT, so he's going to come up. Elias Sampson, Chris Gerard, Alexander Wolf, Scott Dawson, Angela Dawkins, Mojo Rawley, Sawyer Fulton, Blake Murphy, Alexa Bliss, Aaliyah, Gable. Gable's awesome, by the way. Hugo Knox. Wow, look at that improvement. He's really working hard. Bryson Matthews, Sarah Lee, Nia Jax. Wow, she's working hard too. Man, all this grinding going on down there. It's really helping out people. Booker T, he's back. Hey, welcome back, buddy. Alberto Del Rio, welcome back. Glad to see that you're okay. Natalia, from her slap on the wrist, is now back. Epico's back from his slightly higher slap on the wrist. Oh, you were suspended. I thought you were injured. Oh, well, we had a lot of 1 month suspensions. Charles Robinson retired. That's Little Nate, the referee, by the way. Tommy Young retired. Bret Hart. It's kind of a weird picture of him. But, thought he already retired. Oh, well, that's okay. This is retiring completely, I guess. Don Fuji. Yeah, whenever it's a new month, we get um, Lucha Libre has been promoted to a primetime slot. We gotta check out what day of the week that is. Ring of Honor have a new TV show on Tuesdays. We gotta check that out. TNA have a new TV show on Thursdays. Well, I guess I didn't want to go up against him. Darren Young. Now this is something I have to write down because you can't let these things go on without contracts. We need to renew Darren Young. If anyone sucks, we're going to let their contracts run out. But Darren Young, I think we're going to do Nikki Bella. We want to keep her. Liv Morgan, we'll check. We'll check. Ooh, look at all that merch we've made. 21st Century Wrestling. Oh, a new promotion. We gotta check them out. This happens from time to time. New promotions will be created. And back to our birthdays. So, ladies and gentlemen, we need to look at some things here. Alright. First of all, we'll go to our meeting screen, which I can't show you unless I do this. And we are going to take a look at, is anyone unhappy? Nope. Always at the beginning of the month, it's always good to go through these things. Marcus heading towards a boom period. Mark Henry, Samoa Joe. Oh my goodness, look at all these people. Alright. Mark Henry, Samoa Joe, Kevin Owens, Dean Ambrose, and sure, why not? JoJo, you can keep working for us. We've really got to renew those contracts before they go off and work for somebody else. Okay, these are people who are unemployed, and they're all like really big, expensive stars that are old. Alright, finance department, medical staff, poor Jack Swagger, head trainer. By the way, these students who are coming to the full roster are randomly generated workers with randomly generated stats. Most of them will be pretty awful, some of them will be pretty good, but they're almost certainly all going to go into NXT right away. But yeah, we need to take a look because we have things going on like Mark Henry has 2 months left. Yeah, we have to renew that stuff. Okay. But the last thing I want to check before we end the episode is I want to check out that new promotion. So we're going to go to other promotions. And fortunately, they are not much of anything. I'll give you a look. They are small, which means really small, like probably 2-digit crowds. Small with a risk level of 19, so it's very light, almost. So it's like a small family-friendly promotion or something. So they haven't signed anyone yet. We'll probably see them sign people. In contrast, TNA, as you can see, that's how they're doing. Let's look at Ring of Honor. They seem to be doing better. Let's see. So they're joining, or they're gaining stuffs. All right. So one more thing I want to check. We need to check these new TV shows. Here, let me show you that. Raw and Smackdown are doing okay. Let's ask what the network says. Our ratings are superb, and they're happy with us for both shows. Okay, so view other shows. I don't know if you can see this, but there we go. TNA Thursday on the graveyard shift. Oh yes, on the USA Network. USA, you bastards! You can't work with our Well, that's kind of funny though. Like we got prime time locations, but if you're up in the middle of the night on Thursday, I guess you can watch um, TNA Thursdays, whatever. Yeah, that's what it's called, TNA Thursday. But the other show, what was the other show that we were worried about? Ring of Honor Tuesday. Oh, it's an online graveyard shift show. Okay, so it turns out that the two new shows are neither of them are something we have to worry about, which is good. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be the end of this episode. I want to thank you for watching. Um, so, yes, a lot of interesting things going on. Storylines are being built. Once again, please comment if you have any thoughts or ideas or any workers you'd like to see pushed, any independent people you'd like me to sign, anything like that. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time when we enter the month of August and go down the road to SummerSlam.